Welcome back. So as you can see on the schedule, since that defeat at Newport and Carlisle in the previous episode, we did have a bit of a rise in form. We got 3 good victories in the league. We did follow that with a loss to Notts County, but since then, again, we've been pretty dominant. So we've won 5 out of the 6 games, drawing the last one at Carlisle. That's seen us kind of shake off the ultimatum from the board. It's seen us climb the league table. If I just take you to the table now, there you go. As you can see, we're up to 2nd. We're some way off Swindon. I think I've said in a previous episode, 1st place is pretty much beyond us now. It's a case of fighting out for 2nd or 3rd. Now, there's not too much of a gap. There is a gap before we get to 5th place. So it's really between us, Exeter and Port Vale to cement that 2nd and 3rd place spot. Further back, we're about 9-point gap. I know they've got a game in hand, but it's quite a considerable gap considering there's only 16 games left in the league. In terms of this episode then, we have a away game at Gillingham and a home game at Tranmere. If you go back to the league, winnable games. Gillingham right down near the bottom is the away game, and Tranmere in 15th. So definitely 2 winnable games. It's something that if we carry on the form we've been on, it'll be great. Kiana Tete, since he came back, it's just been electric, scoring goals left, right and centre. We've settled into a slightly smaller squad. If I just show you through the transfers, we have let a couple extra players leave. I think 2 on loan. So yeah, Lee Angle, who we're looking to get rid of permanently, and James Morris. Again, we've got them out on loan to free up some wage budget. Jack Nolan as well. We did have offers in for Nia Kirby, who we've been subject to offers all season, and we did accept one of 61,000 to perhaps see him finally leave the club. But the board wouldn't let him go. So he stayed with us. They won't accept anything less than 130,000. The club's offering are only offering 61, so that's double the value. I can't see him leaving. The transfer window is open. There is some money there available, but I don't really see the point in kind of upsetting the apple cart in a minute. So stay tuned. I'll get us into the first game and we'll see if we can carry on this scintillating form we've got and put a real promotion push together. So I will see you shortly. And welcome back. So here we are for the first of 2 matches away at Gillingham. Starting lineup for today, and then Savin in goals, absolute mainstay of the team so far. Back 4 of Duff, Welsh Hayes, Nelson and Nilsson. Kirby comes into that holding midfield role with Francois and Haygarth just in front. And we've got Chandwick and Cannoneer playing on the wings with the Tete continuing up front. Again, we fill it in now to start including some of the under 23 players because we have let a lot of players go away on loan from the first team. So just to flesh out the numbers, we are giving a few more chances to some of the younger players like Casale, Appleby, Lewis. So we will see how we get on. Hopefully we won't have to rely on them too much. Hopefully the first team can kind of carry on where they left off and pick up the points moving forward. The only slight tactical tweaks we've had since we last were with you is we've kind of dropped away from the attacking method at the start and moved to a more balanced approach just because we were conceding a lot of goals. We weren't on a really bad run of form. We weren't scoring a particular lot, so attacking wasn't really benefiting us too much anyway. So we've just slipped down to that kind of balanced mentality to stay in the game a little bit longer and work a few more solid chances to maybe get ourselves a lead in something to hold on to. So hopefully that'll continue into this game. Obviously we've had the first chance there. You can see in the match stats. I have been having massive problems with the touchscreen. It defaults to the opposition at times. It hasn't done on this occasion, so hopefully I've fixed it. So Francois gets an early chance. Cannoneer doing some good work, but not quite able to hit the target. But again, promising signs that this form might just continue into the next game. Nilsson, the Swedish right back that we picked up at the start of the season, he's coming on leaps and bounds recently as well. He's been touted as picking up some international caps, so again it might be a little bit of a money spinner in the future. Gillingham with a chance of their own here. Again, it's gone wide, thankfully, keeps us in the game, but unfortunately it means that they are starting to forge some chances of their own as they get another chance down the right hand side. Won the ball back into a Tete, but again he's a bit wayward there. Probably took it from a bit too far out. We need to get him a little bit closer than that and work the ball into the box a little bit better. Another chance, Gillingham on the ball. We need to look to win it back and make a break of our own. Play the ball into the box. We've got it clear. Cannonier, Haygarth. Back to Atete down the right side, but he's giving it away. He's not sticking it at the minute. Haygarth, Nilsson, Cannonier, Haygarth, Kirby. Francois, ball over top to Atete this time. And he slots it into the far post. Great finish. That's what he's been doing in recent games. Again, you saw earlier on he was kind of not holding up the ball particularly well. But if you give him the right chances, he's going to get us a lot of goals. And he is touted to make it up to kind of championship standard. He's not touted as being Premier League potential, but if we can get him anywhere near that kind of championship player, at the level we're at, he'll be scoring them for fun. So long may that continue too. Duff down the left-hand side then. Can he deliver a ball into the box, into Atete? And he's got his second of the game. So 2 goals again. Game's starting to look a little bit more comfortable from what was, I wouldn't say a shaky start, but there was a couple of chances going to Gillingham where we kind of want to be the dominant force. But again, this just shows you the kind of form we've been on in recent games. Picking up the kind of the morale side of things as well. Is there were some unhappy players. We seem to have let most of them go now. I know Nia Kirby's not particularly happy, and we have a centre-half who's not particularly happy as well. But again, when we get to a summer transfer window, we can look to let them leave and just kind of build that morale in the club, which seems to be paying fruition with some results. Gillingham just starting to creep back into the game a little bit here. Again, we need to pick up a ball from one of their goal kicks, break, and maybe get the 3rd goal to kill the game dead before half-time. Haygarth working down the right with Cannonier and Nilsson. Just need to find a way to break that line. Again, it couldn't quite find a Tete, and that's going to give Gillingham a chance to break back up the other end. Long ball over the top. Bit of a wayward shot. If we can limit them to shots from outside of the box, I'm quite content that we should be able to see this through. To make a change with Nelson. Again, one of the things I've noticed is since we have dropped the squad down quite small, fitness is starting to become more and more of an issue. We've had quite a lot of games over that Christmas period, and I say every season, that Christmas period, the number of games you play, you really need to have a slightly bigger squad to manage it correctly. I always seem to end up with a slightly smaller squad, and we kind of drop points in that period, but if we can get through it, we should be all right. Tete for a hat-trick. And, do you know, when that broke to him there, I thought he was going to get it. But corner ball, bit of a consolation prize. Francois will swing it in. Into the keeper's hand. So nothing there. Looks like we'll probably see this half-time at 2-0. Get them in, get them a little bit of a rest. Getting Cannonier, one of the young players we signed at the summer transfer window. He's starting to pay up a little bit on his potential. Getting some game time, helping him develop. And I have been looking, there are a few players out on loan and the likes of Cannonier that could be challenging for a place in the squad next season. Ball over the top to Dennis. It looked offside to me, but yeah, the referee spotted it. I mean, first instinct I thought it was offside. So thankfully, the whistle's gone. Obviously, no VAR in this division. But that has kept us with a 2-goal lead. XG not particularly high, but again, the 2 chances that we've converted have put us in a strong position. Boost the morale coming into the second half. We just need to see out this 45 minutes now. Get another valuable 3 points on the board. With 16 games to go, you think if we could maybe win, that's a big ask, if we could win 10, I think that's probably enough. This would be the first of them 10. As we take a Tete off and give Hell some rare game time up front in an unfamiliar position, but again, needs must. Player fitness. Want to keep a Tete, there he is. Keep him fit. Valued at just over $500,000 to 1.8 million as a rough guideline. 22-year-old Englishman. He has just signed a new contract to 2026, so we will have him next season. 26 appearances, 15 goals. Don't think you can ask too much more of him for that. Cannonier again, tiring. Matt Kardak. He'll get some, it's probably his debut. He might have got a couple minutes here or there, but certainly he's not been too involved. One of the youth prospects coming through. And again, it's nice to see some of the players that came from your own youth intake getting some game time. It's not something we've seen too much of, but again, I looked through some of the players the other day as I was playing through the in-between matches, and there are a few young players that came through their intake 2-3 years ago that are just starting to hit the current ability 3-star kind of range, which is where you really want to introduce them into the first team. Anywhere between 2 and 3-star, they should be able to cope with it. And of course, homegrown players is, well, it's a profit, isn't it? Oh, I've just given away a goal at a really crucial time there, 15 minutes to go. It would be a shame if we let this slip away as me counting the points or making this promotion push. And again, that was close. 2 chances in quick succession. I think we really need to just encourage the team to see this through for the final 15 minutes. They've not taken that particularly well, unless it's just not caught up yet. Some tentative faces out there. Certainly the dominance we had in the first half has faded away. The XG's well and truly swung around the other way. Got about just over 5 minutes to see through to get these 3 points. And this is tense. What went from being quite a comfortable little match with a 2-goal lead, it's just teetering away to the edge now. It's just got to see through these final couple minutes. 4 minutes of injury time. That is, I don't know where they've come from. I'm just hoping there are no more highlights. Final minute, just want the whistle to go. Get away with the points. Start the episode with on a positive note. See if we can. Yes, so there we go. Hard fought, hard won game. Away at Gillingham. Again, they're in a low league position, but nothing's a banker in this division. Again, keep the morale high. Try and get through to the next match unscathed. Don't want to pick up too many injuries. There you go, kind of keeping that second place going. Port Vale, again, they're keeping pace. But yeah, job done, first match. So I'll click through and I'll see you for the second match. So stay tuned and hopefully we can have more of the same. And welcome back for the second match of the episode at home against Tranmere. Quite a few changes for this one. So we got 7 in goals. We've got a back 4 of Duff, Pask, Nelson, with Eze coming in at right back. Mooning, one of our young players from the under-23s, comes in into the holding role. Haygarth and Pell in front. Francois is going to swing out on the right-hand wing. Cannoneer on the left, with Tete continuing up front. So a couple of familiar faces. It's all based around the condition. This game's just come in 2 or 3 days after the previous match. So we've got a lot of players that are going to struggle to see out this full match. But again, without having bought anyone in that previous transfer window at Christmas, we're going to have to make do with what we've got. I do believe we're strong enough. We're on a good run of form. So let's see if we can just carry that on for one more match and end the episode on a high. Kind of cement that second place in the league for now. This is what I was talking about with the touchline tablet. It's just constantly defaulting to the wrong team. Sure, there's a way to fix it, but I've not quite figured it out yet. You'd think I would do by the 3rd season, but there you go. So 50 minutes into the game of relatively few chances. Tranmere probably got a little bit best to play in terms of XG as they got a corner, and that was close, but we managed to just keep it away as we settle into the game. It's going to be a tough one, this, with Eze, Moon and Duff kind of playing in that back line. We're not as strong as we usually are. I mean, obviously we've got Nelson and Pask, who are pretty much mainstays in that back 4. But Casper Nilsson's dropped to the bench. And again, our bench isn't particularly strong. We've got Alex Mitchell as well, who's another good centre-half who's in on loan. But again, conditioning means it's going to be a tough one. So 0-0 or a draw, a point wouldn't be the end of the world. Obviously, we'd like to go on and win it, especially given that we're up near the top end of the table and Tranmere are somewhere down near 14th, 15th. As again, we just keep another chance out. Approaching half time. Couple players starting to tire again. And to be honest, it's worth resting them because we're going to need them for the run-in. Especially like Itete. We can't risk Itete missing the run-in for the season because he is our one and only real kind of prolific goal source. Outside of him, we've not really got anyone who can fill that role in the same way. Pell breaking forward then and giving the ball away, a chance for them to break. Not really created too much of our own here. And if anyone's looking like scoring, it's looking like it's going to be Tranmere. But again, they've wasted it, and will they be made to rue them wasted chances? I think Itete is going to be advised to be changed in a minute for Casale. When that comes up, we will make that change. Just give him a little bit more time to maybe nick one before he disappears. Eze down the right hand side to Francois again. He's just giving the ball away. And that is disaster because Pell's picked up a second yellow and got a red card. So how are we going to play this one out? Need to put somebody else into that midfield role. Probably take Itete off. Bring on Francois. Just drop him into the middle, play with no one up top, essentially. We'll have to rely on the wingers, but just kind of play for a draw now. 25 minutes to go. Big ask. But we've been kind of left in a hole now. I don't really want to give up that holding midfielder role. It's important that we kind of protect this. Nelson drops down, tired. Mitchell comes on. I'm not going to go very defensive because I still want that option of maybe catching them on the break. Haygarth for 8 minutes. Just to see this out. Again, this would turn out to be a good result if we can hold on to it. Eze to Francois into the box. And Francois, the survey looks like it's going to be done for offside. And that is painful to take. It would have been harsh on Tranmere, in all fairness. To be out of the game for so long with such a poor XG and down to 10 men with no striker, if we'd have nicked it, I think Tranmere would have had a board of inquiry against us. But it looks like we might have just seen this one off to secure what might be a vital point come the end of the season when they tally up the totals. So yeah, good recovery. Not what we wanted, but 4 points from the 6. Pretty good, keeps us up, keeps us pace. We've maintained that second spot, albeit just on goal difference over Port Vale. And again, I'll play through the next games, bring you back to the final run-in, and we'll see if we can make this dream a reality and get up a division. So once again, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Certainly it's been going a lot better than it did previous episode. It's been hit and miss recently. I'll play us through the schedule. We'll have a quick look. And I'll probably bring you back somewhere in that last 6 run of games. If it's getting close to us guaranteeing promotion, I'll bring us back early. But we'll kind of aim for Walsall, Mansfield. Obviously, if we do something fantastic within there where we look like we might secure it early, I'll bring you back early. But yeah, then that we'll come back around Walsall, Mansfield time. So once again, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon.